Hope this is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Do I need to keep the video on, or
It's
Make
up
it
to
in
you.
the
full
best
screen.
If
interest?
there are any bandwidth issues, then you can switch it off. Otherwise, it's fine.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So I have chosen a topic of unlocking excellence, time management for eternal success. Basically, the most important aspect of our life is time, because our lifetime is finite. So that is why this particular topic is chosen. And in this session, I tried to bring in the aspects of worldly life as well as the life hereafter, the general perspective as well as the Islamic perspective, and also a few of the quotes by famous people related to time, and there are a few of the verses of Quran as well as Hadith related to time, or keeping ourselves, active as well as proactive related to time aspect. So this is how my presentation will be. So if you have any question, I request you to kindly put it in the chat box. We'll take it one by one. Okay. So we'll start with the quote, which you are seeing on the screen. Time is what we want most, but what we use worst, by William Penn, who is the founder of Pennsylvania State in US. Now, if you look at time, first of all, try to understand the time, the value of time, the importance of time. Okay. And in view of the time management, so what is time?
Dr. Saab, we are having
It is
issues with the
an
voice.
art of consciously. So in
Dr. Saab, your
the
voice is not coming.
time management aspect, and then my voice is not clear.
No, it's not coming well. There's some
Hello.
bandwidth issues there. No, it's not coming, Dr. Saab.
Request to switch off the video and make it full screen also.
Hello. Am I audible?
Please speak, then we'll know.
Yes, somehow it's clear now. Better than before this.
Is it not full screen? I have the video.
No, it's not full screen.
Okay, let me. Hello, can you see the slide now? Am I audible?
Yes,
Now it
yes,
is
you're
better.
audible.
Okay, sorry for that glitch, whatever is happening. So I'll start with the background that I have given about the presentation. So this presentation, I have selected the topic of time management because time is finite, and more specifically, the lifetime is finite in this world, and this time is very important for us, for all of us, to be successful in this world as well as the life hereafter. So what I have done is, in this particular session, I tried capturing the famous quotes of the people. Known people, famous people. Apart from that, I have also tried capturing few of the verses of Quran and the Ahadith, which talks about time and time management. So, starting with the quote of William Penn, who is the founder of Pennsylvania State: "Time is what we want most, but what we use worst." So we all know that how we manage our time. So let us start with this particular topic, and starting with the background of time management, what time management is. So time management is basically an art. It is an art of consciously deciding and controlling how to be learned actually. So this does not come, naturally. People come with the natural, skill of time management, but you have to learn over a period of time as well. The major chunk of people have to learn the time management over a period of time. Okay. And if you look at time management, it is not about cramming everything into a day. So I want to do everything in a single day itself, or a single hour itself. So that is not is called as time management. But what is time management? It is about doing what matters the most. And it's also about dispelling myths like you have to sacrifice sleep to succeed and all that. If you are managing time properly, then you will surely become successful. There are many cases, many examples which I'll quote in the due course of this presentation. But I'll start with the discussion of Hazrat Maulana Muhammad Ashraf Ali Thanvi, one of the greatest Islamic scholars of this century, in 1900. So he passed away somewhere in mid or late 1940s. So he always used to say that he has read extensively the lives of various Islamic scholars. The famous Islamic scholars who are the achievers, and also the worldly people also who are the achievers in their own respective domains. So he says that what I have noticed among all of them is the time management. They effectively and efficiently use the time. That is the most important aspect of their life. Okay, so even Hazrat Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi Rahmatullahi Alayh also says that there are three things, if I can summarize, which I have learned from the Islamic scholars, the great Islamic scholars of their time. So that I have seen in their life, common three things is number one, follow Sunnah in each and every aspect of their life. So in Urdu, he has written Juz'iyat mein sunnaton ki pabandi. Juz in the sense part of the entire component itself. So Juz'iyat mein sunnaton ki pabandi sense, in the sense he used to say that each and every aspect, like how Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to walk, or how Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to speak to somebody, and then how he used to look at somebody, how he used to treat the guests. So all these aspects, each and every, the common thing that Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi says that I have seen in the life of all the successful as well as famous Islamic scholars who were the achievers. So it's nothing but the first one is Juziyat mein sunnaton ki pabandi, and the second one is the time management. And they were very particular about time. Okay, and they used to divide their time by minutes and by hours, saying that this particular task I'm going to do at this point of time. So that is what, if you want to be successful, it is not that you have to sacrifice the sleep and then, no. Instead of that, you have to manage your time in such a way that you become more and more productive in a given period of time, the given amount of time in a day. Or people say that multitasking makes you more productive. That is also not true. Now, if you look at whether you are a student, you're a working professional, or a parent, so time is a limited resource. In fact, time is a finite resource, you can say. Okay, so this is very important to understand about the time. So as I told you that this presentation will cover the strategies, real world examples. So let me go for the multitasking example, which I have taken in asking. People say that multitasking will make you more productive. So a student or any other medium, at the same time, he is also scrolling on. It's obvious that he is not going to be more productive because he loses his focus. And the research shows that multitasking focus and efficiency. That is where, if you look at the example of, using phone while driving. Using phone while driving, that is also one of the examples of losing the focus. That is why there are penalties over phone while driving. So multitasking is also always not a way of being productive. That is what we need to understand. Instead, dedicate focus time to one activity so that you will be productive and you get proper results. Okay. Now, whether you are a student, a working professional, or a parent, time is limited resource. Okay. Now let us talk about time. How much time each and every person has. Okay. Whether he is a poor guy or he is rich or filthy rich. Okay. So how much time everyone has got? So everyone has got 24 hours a day. Okay. Using the same 24 hours a day, few of the people, they succeed in their life while many others fail. And they also have got 24 hours a day because they don't utilize their time. They don't know the value of time. Now, time provides you the opportunity. It provides opportunity to everyone. Okay. Those who grabs this particular opportunity of time, they succeed. And those who are not conscious of opportunities, they lose. So here the opportunity is provided by time. So if they are not conscious about time or the importance of time or the value of time, obviously they will be at the losing end. Now, if you look at the famous quote, winners take control of time while losers let others control their time. Okay. So winners take control of time. They know that how much time they are going to utilize for this particular activity. So they have full control over time. Whom to speak, whom not to speak, what not to speak, all these things comes under time management. So the winners, they always takes control of their time, while losers let others control their time. Now, he who masters his time masters his life, because lifetime is also finite. And in this lifetime, we have to do a lot of things. We have to be achievers in this life and the life hereafter. Now, Stephen R. Covey says that the key is not in spending time, but in investing it. So you have to invest your time, like what you invest your intellect, you invest your wealth in achieving success. So similarly, a person has to invest into time. Okay. Now, one important thing that we always need to remember is time is irreversible. Now, if you look at what is the time now, right now it is 11:17, 11 hours, 17 minutes, whatever seconds are there. So this time on 12th January 2025 is not going to come back in my life again. Okay, it is never going to come back in the life, in the worldly life also, in the entire world also. So the time is irreversible. Once this particular moment has passed, it has passed. So what I have to do in this is to be decided, and it is to be acted upon. So time is irreversible. It cannot be compensated also. Okay, time cannot be compensated. You lost the time, you lost. That's it. For example, I have given some example in the next few slides, which I am giving right now here. Let us say, if a student comes to know, recollects an answer to a question at the last minute of the exam, when the invigilator has come to, collect the answer scripts, then that cannot be compensated. That time cannot be compensated. He lost already. Okay. If he had prepared well when the time was given to him during the preparatory holidays, he could have better utilized the time during his examination. Okay, since he had not utilized the time there, so he was not fully ready and fully prepared for the exam. So after a lot of recalling, he got an answer at the end, and then by that time, people have. Okay, if you can share PPT before, so we can. Okay, so we'll share anyhow in the video. The PPT will come. So the time cannot be compensated. And if you look at another thing, it gives only one chance of trial. Okay, then because the time cannot be repeated, nobody knows when the lifetime will come to an end. You see the technological advancements these days. A lot of predictive analysis is being done. If you look at Google has already come up with a couple of AI-based applications wherein just by scanning the iris, they are saying how much of, sugar, diabetic you have, diabetes you have, and where it may lead to in the next 3 months or 5 months. So this type of predictions, the technology is doing. So technology is going towards the pinnacle of it. But please remember that wherever the technology reaches at its pinnacle, the technology will never be able to come to a point wherein they tell you how much balance of lifetime is left in your life. No, this is not going to be there, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put a curtain on that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has hidden it from all of us, because it's a test. Life is a test. That is why nobody knows when the lifetime will come to an end. So is time money? The question comes. Is time money? Okay, so time is money is mostly told as a proverb or used multiple times for motivation. But a few of the scholars, they say that time is money for those who are in industry, who are business people. Okay, but time is eternal success. How it is eternal success? Because time is definite duration. Time is a definite duration on which the success or failure of an infinite time is dependent. So if I utilize the time here in this life properly, okay, for making my life in this world as well as the life hereafter, then that time becomes eternal success. It leads to eternal success. That is why time is beyond money. It is not only money, it is beyond money. Time is eternal success. If a lifetime of a person cannot bring eternal success, he or she is bound to fail. That everyone can understand. Now, what value of time? Please remember that time is a non-renewable resource. Okay. And proper time management increases productivity, reduces stress, and improves decision making. Okay. So you need to have time to to take proper decisions. So on time decisions, if you are taking, obviously proper planning, and then futuristic planning if you are doing, and then carrying out the tasks as per the defined times, as per the decided time, will obviously take the person to successful life and successful path. And it will make him more and more productive and reduces the stress, because everything he's doing is on time. Okay. So Benjamin Franklin says that you may delay, but time will not. Okay. That everyone knows. You may delay, but time will not. So Bill Gates, if you look at the success story, he attributes his, most of his success to the effective time management and effective time utilization. Okay. Despite his busy schedule, he always prioritized learning and reflection. So this is a very important thing. Reflecting upon ourselves. I have to think, I have to sit, introspection I have to do, okay, on a daily basis, so that I can correct the time which I am losing, or I can manage the time which I am losing. I can plan properly for tomorrow. Okay. There is one story that is written in a book, wherein it is said that he was one of a very pious person, and he used to write all the activities that he carries out on a daily basis, even the smaller activities also on a paper. And he also used to write what he has spoken to the people. For example, whether it is a personal matter or a professional matter or official or family matter, whatever he used to speak, he used to write it in an abstract way in his diary. At the end of the day, he used to look at that particular entire diary on the entire day, what he has done. Okay, whether and how much were the time wasters in that, and how much effectively he has utilized the time, and how much time he has spent in speaking those things which were not relevant for his life, and he has simply wasted his time in speaking those particular aspects of life. So this is very important. You have to sit on a daily basis and check how you have spent your day on a daily basis. It requires just probably this self introspection. So it requires 15 to 20 minutes on a daily basis. Okay, in an abstract way we can do. Now, if you look at the value of time from the Islamic perspective, so we need to understand that time is a trust. It is an amanat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you the life. Life is a trust. Life itself is a trust. Similarly, lifetime is also a trust that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this as an amanat on all of us. Okay. So whatever lifetime we have got, okay, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60, 70, 80. So this is amanat, this is the trust that we have to return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by making the most out of it for being successful in this life and the life hereafter. Okay. So time is a blessing and a trust. So it is a ni'mat also, and it is the amanat also from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Quran emphasizes the importance of time. If you look at Surah Al-Asr, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ. So if you look at by time, so indeed mankind is in loss, except for those who have believed, done righteous deeds, and advised each other to truth and patience. This is what Quran says about time. Okay. And if you look at the hadith on about the value of time, take advantage of 5 before 5. Okay, Mustadrak al-Hakim, this hadith is reported. So take advantage of 5 before 5. Number 1, your youth before your old age. Your youth before your old age. That means it is directing us towards the time management in our youthful days as well. Okay. So your youth before your old age, your health before your sickness. Okay, your wealth before your poverty, your free time before your busyness, and your life before your death. So most of these points out of these 5, you can see are related to time only. Okay, this is very important thing. So take advantage of your youth before your old age. So generally, the software professionals, the IT professionals, when we interact, they say that, see, time is money. It is very important. And till 45, whatever you want to, whatever energies you want to put, put, or whatever efforts you want to put, and whatever time you want to invest till the age of 45 years, so that you make a lot of money, buy the properties, and then have very good bank balance. Okay, so that after 45 years, have a relaxed life. So our elders also says the same thing. Okay, just try to be very conscious about the time that you are spending, right? So you need to understand that the time that we are spending, these are nothing but investments, and this should be utilized or taken advantage of before we get sickness, when we are healthy. Okay, and more specifically till the age of 40, 45, we should invest a lot of time, a lot of energy, and put a lot of efforts in making our life here in this world as well as the life hereafter. Imam Shafi'i rahmatullah alayh was a renowned Islamic scholar, was known for his incredible use of time. You can say, I think it will not be an exaggeration, that these are those people who used to be very conscious about the time, and they used to kind of plan their life by seconds, not by hours or by days. Okay, what is to be done? So that is how their life was. A renowned Islamic scholar. He was known for his incredible time. Despite his young age, he achieved mastery in multiple disciplines that you have already passed or I have already passed. It is not going to come as we have already seen. The time is irreversible. And if you look at Hazrat Sa'id bin Musayyib rahimahullah, who was the Taba'i, so about him, it is very famously known that for 20 years, he has never seen the back of a musalli. What do you mean by that? Back of a musalli means he used to be in the first line in masjid for every salah for 20 years. Not seeing back of a musalli means if you are in the first saf, in the first line while offering salah, obviously there won't be any other person except imam. So he has never seen, and it is not that he did not have any responsibility in his life. He was one of the biggest and successful businessmen. Okay, and he was a cloth merchant basically. So import, export, and all those things he used to do. So it is not that he was not busy. In fact, he was more busy than us. But they used to value the time and then plan the time accordingly. And then that is where they never regretted at the time of death. Okay. A student who recollected the answer when the exam time is up. If you look at this is the example which I have gave. A dying person, he will come to know the value of time when the angel of death is ready to take away the soul. A person on the day of resurrection, when he is not allowed to go back in the worldly life for doing a single good deed. Okay. In the meantime, meanwhile, I'm remembering or recalling a hikayat. Hikayat is nothing but a moral story, which is written by many of the famous scholars. The of the moral, most of the moral stories are written by Hazrat Sa'di rahimahullah. Okay. So one of the hikayat which I have read, I remember that there was a person. Okay, uh, he was a very poor guy, and it was very difficult for him to carry out his daily livelihood activities, and then get the food at home by the end of the day. So he used to go to the jungle and forest, and then cut the trees, and then cut the wooden blocks, and go to the market to sell it. So it was very difficult life for him. So he and his wife, they both thought together that let us decide one thing. Let us do one sacrifice. What you do is you go to the king, okay, and go to the city and try to do business there. Okay, anyhow, you are not able to sell most of the I mean, the wood that you are cutting half a day, more than half a day, you are taking and cutting the wood and taking to the market. So, I mean, it has become difficult. So, and reached the city entrance. And those days, the city used to be in the fort, and the fort used to have a very big door, entrance door, and those doors used to be closed by sunset, and they used to be opened at the time of sunrise. So this guy reached, by that time the sunset was there, and he was not allowed to go inside. And since he was walking, and then the journey, so there was a lot of tiredness on him, so he just simply slept outside the door there itself, waiting for the door to open in the next morning. What happened was a big surprise for him. Next morning, before he woke up, because he was too much tired, before he woke up, few of the army men of that city, of that king, they came, and then they arrested him and took him to a place wherein, when he got up, he was surprised at what crime that I have committed, that they have brought me here. And the language of that city was different from what language he knew. He was not able to converse also. It was difficult for him to communicate with them. So by the time he tries understanding, suddenly, to his utter surprise, the army men, they started doing a makeup on him, and then changing his clothes and all that. He was saying, "What is happening? I want to know." So after some time, he was dressed up like a king, and then he was taken straight to the central hall of the palace, and then he was made to sit on the throne. So he was surprised, what is this happening? So there was a translator. So he called, what is this happening? So he said that here, there is a process here in this kingdom, that every 5 years we change our king. And what we do is, we don't take the kings from our own community here or within the kingdom here. So what we do, whoever comes on that 5th year completion, whoever we see outside the king, what is that, fort door, we take him and make him a king. So that is a random way of making the king. So this guy had a little bit of wisdom. So he asked them, okay, what do you do after 5 years with that particular king, like the past king? So there he said that, the translator said that, we take him to a jungle which is 2 or 3 rivers away from here. So we cross that river and then go there and then dump him there. So he said that what the other people, what the past kings, the so-called kings, had done in their time. So he said that whenever they became king, obviously it was a surprise for them, and it was a big bounty for them. So they lived their lives of luxury and fancies and whims and all. So, they simply followed their wishes. So he said that, okay, then what he did was, a year has passed. During this year, he utilized his time in such a way that he started meeting people, the common people there. The people were really surprised that this is the first king who is coming and meeting the common people. So the rapport was built with all of those people, and the king and he started giving gifts to the people, and a lot of schemes, welfare schemes, he started, wherein all the common people, they were happy with him. At the same time, he promoted the cabinet ministers and all that. So everything he started doing, and then after the end of year, he called his deputy, and deputy in the sense the most trusted cabinet minister who was there. So he called him and he said that I want to go to that place where you dump the people, like dump the past kings, and I want to do. I just want to go there and see the jungle there, and I want to. Do some sort of what is that? I'm not remembering the or recalling the term. Okay, shikar khelna. So what is that called in English? I'm sorry, I'm not remembering that. So he said that I want to do that. So first of all, they were surprised, but since he was a king and a competent authority in that case, so they took him there. He saw there, he stayed there for a month. It was a very scary jungle. And when he saw, he also, while roaming around in the jungle, he saw those past kings' skeletons also. So he just was surprised. And then he told his deputy that you do one thing, you make a temporary shed here. Yeah, thank you. It is hunting. So temporary shed here. I would like to stay for some time here doing hunting because I'm very much interested in that. So deers and whatever animals are there, I want to do hunting. So for him, since the king is there, so only a small hut will not be there. So he said that, okay, I'll go back to the place, to my palace. I'll come back after 3 months. I want some place for my stay and my army's place also, army. So they started constructing. After 3 months, some construction happened, and then he made it as a regular affair. Every quarter he used to go there, and since king is regularly coming, they have started providing all the facilities there. By the end of 4 years, a quarter of the city in that jungle, from the quarter of his city, was already established there, and people have started moving because there were the army men, there were the cabinet ministers who were frequenting there, and then they also had all those needs. So for those needs, people, I mean, common people also started going there and started doing business and all that. So basically, kind of development he has started doing that, and by the end of 5 years, he was already there, ready with half of that. When the fifth year, the last day came, he said thank you to everyone, and the people who were there, the common people, they were crying because they have never seen this kind of a nice man. So they wanted the cabinet ministers to change the rule of 5 years, bringing a random person, because they were not aware that they were fearing that what kind of person will come, the next one. So then the rule was changed, and he was made the king here, as well as he, because since that jungle was transformed to a very good city or a new city, then he became the king of that as well. Okay, so that is how after writing this moral story, the hikayat, Sadi Rahimahullah says that he utilized the time to his best. He took advantage of the time that was given to him. Unlike the past kings who also got 5 years of time, this guy also got 5 years of time. They simply spent their time in fulfilling the wishes. Okay, but this particular person was so wise that he made his life here as well as the future life as well. And then Sadi Rahimahullah tries relating this particular story to saying that this 5 years of lifetime was a finite lifetime that he has got, is nothing but our worldly life. And the jungle that he has transformed is nothing but your life hereafter. And then that jungle he has transformed to a city itself where he has his own palace. Even if the rule was not changed, he would have been a king there, and he would have lived his entire life like a king only. So this is what is the Islamic perspective. If you look at the value of time and the importance of utilizing your time in the best way possible. Now we need to understand that infinite pleasures in the life hereafter and infinite success in the life hereafter can be attained in a finite lifetime only. It is not difficult, okay? Because we have lakhs or crores of people who have attained success in this life. Even if you look at just the life of Sahaba, 1,24,000, and then Taba'in, Taba'in. So not only lakhs, crores of people who have utilized their time wisely. Now, the biggest problem in our life is the time wasters. So identifying the time wasters is a very important aspect. What is a time waster? Okay. So the common time wasters in these days, social media. Beyond social media, first of all, mobile itself. Okay. Social media scrolling, unproductive meetings. In many of our areas, if you see and if you go and try meeting people, you will find many of the youngsters on the corners. Okay. Or here they call it as chowk. Okay. Chowk, chaurasta, whatever you call it as. Okay, so they will be there on the crossroads or on the corners, simply wasting their time. One guy went there and then called another friend. He said that let us go somewhere. And then the other person, the other friend, he said that yeah, I'm coming. Just give me 2 minutes. And his 2 minutes will be 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 1 hour. And this guy will continue waiting here. Okay, so his 1 hour of his important lifetime. Important why I'm saying? Because it's a youthful day and he has health, he has time to do something, achieve something, and he has spent this on the roadside. Okay, this is just an example I'm giving you. And social media scrolling. If you look at, I tried doing that once. I just saw, in fact, by scrolling the Instagram reels uh, continuously, each reel, I just scroll after watching it 3, 4, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and all. Or few of these reels without watching much, I simply scrolled up. So I figured out that in 1 hour, I was able to scroll some 100 reels. So those 100 reels took 1 hour of my lifetime. Okay. Hadra Sheikh Maulana Muhammad Zakaria Rahimahullah, who was the author of Fazail Amal and one of the greatest Islamic scholars, he has written in his autobiography that in my childhood days, once I was called because he used to like poetry very much. Okay, he was a lover of poetry. So he himself, during his childhood days itself, memorized many of the poetries from various famous poets. So he said that a few of my friends called for in Urdu it is called as Baitbazi. Like in songs they do Antakshari. So similar kind of thing. In poetry it is called as Baitbazi. So wherever you stop with whatever alphabet or character, the next one has to start the poetry from there on. So Hadrat Sheikh said that I went after Isha and then we started doing the Baitbazi and we continued and we were engrossed so much that we we could not realize how much time we have already spent. And suddenly I heard the sound of azan. And he says that I was really, it was a kind of a night without barakah in my life. Because it looked to me like just I have spent half an hour or 1 hour. But when I realized that I have already spent 6 hours in that, now at this age, at the time of writing his biography, he was 70 plus. So he wrote that when I now go back and see that particular night, what I see is a dark night in my life. And I'm saying about a person who has not spent his time by reciting some vulgar poetry or something. It was a very decent poetry, but still that was the realization of our elders that how much time we have already lost, how much time we have spent. That is how they used to introspect. Okay, so unproductive meetings, multitasking, lack of clear goals. I don't know what I have to do. Many youths, if you look at, they don't know what is to be done. They are just following the herd mentality. Okay, so that I want to do because my friend is doing that. I don't have time to think also what I have to do. I don't have a clear goal. So that is why I get simply confused, because one of my friends is saying that I'm of course, and he's not spending time or best for him. What is best suitable for the bad news is the time flies. Now, if you look at that how they limited them 30 minutes daily. So this, am I audible now? Voice issue. I'm really sorry. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Now it's audible. But earlier we were missing.
Can someone write in the chat box? Am I audible or my voice is lost? Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why. Okay. The toppers, if you ask them usage, just for 30 minutes day, we need to remember is, okay, one important thing, easiest way, social media, not only social media, beyond social media, mobile phone, is to just put off the notifications. You put off the notifications, because I put off the notification, because the moment notification comes, the moment that particular sounding comes, okay, the notification sound comes, suddenly I get irritated, not irritated, or attentive towards that, which is not relevant, which is not good for me also. Okay, so that is where I need to be very conscious about it. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just connect through my mobile as well. Just give me a minute. Just wait for a minute. I'm sorry. I'm trying to join. Hello. Is it audible now?
Yes, it's audible.
Okay. Hello. Yeah. I'll. Okay. Okay. So many of these people, they have said that limited social media usage. They have limited themselves to the social media usage to just 30 minutes on a daily basis, which has significantly improved. Now, I myself have tried something because I was also wasting a lot of time. So what I did was I put off the notifications. I put off the notifications, and these notifications of all the social media, whether it is Instagram or WhatsApp more specifically. So everything I put off the notifications, and I don't care. There is one big Islamic scholar. So when I was talking to him, he said very important thing. He said to me that please try to understand that you have control over mobile and not the otherwise, not the other way. So mobile does not have control over you. You have control over mobile. So try to create that self-control in yourself to control mobile as well. The problem is we don't control ourselves. That is why we are bogged down by these notifications and the social media messages and all that. Okay. So I'll move on to the next one. Now, avoiding time wasters. So Islam encourages avoiding distractions and focusing on what benefits to you. So Hadith in Tirmidhi Sharif says that part of the perfection of one's Islam is leaving that which does not concern him. Okay. In Quran, couple of places, the word lahu came. Okay, lahu, the word lahu came. So lahu la'ib also came. So lahu la'ib is nothing but playing or doing some irrelevant activities. So a few of these Islamic scholars, they say that without the proper usage of mobile, the mobile also comes under lahu la'ib. Okay, so part of our perfection of one's Islam is leaving that which does not concern us. That we have to remember. So we have to prioritize the tasks that bring value to our life in both this world and the life hereafter. For this, now there are smart goals. I think in your management and in your profession also, you might have heard about it and you might have practiced as well. What are these smart goals? What is this SMART stands for? SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Let us see one by one. What is specific? What is that you have to do? Clearly define what you want to achieve. Okay. Clearly define what you want to achieve. Example, a medicine student. Now, he is defining that I want to finish pathology by this weekend. Okay. Or a software professional, I have to submit a report. That is where the deliverables and deadlines are there, right? So create a work breakdown structure. That is what we practice. I think there are better practices that you follow in your professions, or the students, they follow the timetable. So what we do here in our office is work breakdown structure. We write each and every bigger tasks and the subtasks. And then we write the task name followed by who is going to carry out that particular tasks, the task owner name. Then what is the start date? What is the end date? After that, there are two more columns. The first one was expected start date, expected end date, then followed by actual start date and actual end date. Then there is one more column, deviation, reason for deviation, basically, reason for deviation. And then there is the remarks column, then signed by my reporting officer. So what is that expected start date and actual start date? I had planned to start this particular task on a particular day. I was able to start or not able to start. That is to be written in actual start date. Okay, one is the plan. The second one is what I have done. And the deviation, reason for deviation. So reason for deviation, I'll clearly write why this time deviation was there. When it was supposed to start on 12th January, why it started on 13th January? And I am answerable to it. So here in my office, I am thinking that I am answerable to my officer. At the same time, I should also think that for my entire lifetime, I am answerable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because in Hadith, it says that, Rasulullah says that on the day of resurrection, a person cannot leave his place until he answers 5 questions. He gives the answers to the 5 questions satisfactorily. Now, who should get satisfied with your answers? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should get satisfied with your answers. So obviously it should be objective as well. So the first thing is entire life. It is about entire lifetime. Where have you spent your life? How you have spent your life? The second one is very specific to the youthful days. Okay, Jawani kis kaam mein kharch ki. How you have spent or where you have spent, in what activities you have spent your youthful days. Okay, so this is the one. Now, important thing is be specific, clearly define what you want to achieve. The next one, okay, measurable. When you are defining that what you want to achieve, it should be measurable as well. It should not be constructing or making the fort in air, Hawaii khile. Okay, so it should not be like that. Set a criteria to track your progress and measure success. I told you about work breakdown structure, right? For example, a student is saying that I will complete 300 MCQs daily. MCQs are not big. If not 300, you set a target of 100. Okay, and you are saying that by this weekend I'm going to complete this particular subject. Then at the same time, you also set the daily basis target, the hourly basis target as well. Okay, so for working professionals also, they need to be very much measurable, achievable, ensure that the goal is realistic and attainable. Okay, focus on 1 week subject per week. So I'm a week in this particular subject. Okay, so I'll target this particular subject for this week. Okay, so it should be achievable as well. Like if it is measurable, it is achievable. I feel that. Okay, when you are specific and you have a clarity that what you are going to do, next is whether it can be done in given amount of time or period of time or not. That is measurable. And achievable, yes, if it is measurable, according to my understanding, it will be achievable as well. Then it should be relevant. Don't try thinking beyond your scope of life or beyond your scope of subject area. Okay, it should be relevant. Align the goal with your broader objectives and priorities. Okay, so prioritize high yield topics like pharmacology or microbiology or computer science or AI, whatever you want. Okay, it should be relevant. It should be relevant to your subject. And finally, it should be time bound. Set a deadline or a time frame to create urgency and focus. Now, about urgency, let us discuss something else. What is urgent? What is important? What is urgent? What is not important? Not urgent, but important. Not urgent, not important. This is what is called as Eisenhower principles. We'll go to that one. Now, for doing this, for carrying out these smart goals, you need to have correct intentions. Okay. If you don't intend, you will not be able to do. First thing that comes is intention. Every action starts with a sincere intention. Niya. Okay. So, second, Hadith says, actions are judged by intentions. Okay. Innamal amalu bin niyat. So, you need to have a proper and right intention. I am doing this, and why I am doing this? Okay, that also. And I am going to do this in a definite period of time or amount of time. So, you should be very much specific. Set clear intentions for your tasks, seeking knowledge, earning halal income, or caring for your family. Now, for prioritization, let us discuss about the Eisenhower matrix. Okay. Now, this matrix has 4 quadrants. Okay. The first quadrant, which is urgent and important. So, urgent and important, just do it. Okay. Eisenhower was the president of USA at some point of time. So, urgent and important. So, just do it. Okay. Not urgent, but important. So, schedule it. Commit to a time and do it then. Not important, but urgent, delegate it to somebody. Find someone to help you. If it is not important, not urgent, delete or eliminate it from your life itself. So we need to first of all prioritize and identify those things. Okay. Now let us see. Urgent, important, do. Quadrant 1. Tasks that require immediate attention and have significant consequences if not completed. I need to understand this in my life. Priorities I need to set. What is important? What relations are important? What activities are important? What actions are important? We need to understand this. Okay, we need to learn this. Let us say example. For a student preparing for an exam tomorrow. Tomorrow is the exam. So this is urgent as well as important. Okay. So what you have to do? Immediately you have to act upon it and do it. Handling a work emergency. Okay. Suddenly I'm responsible for deployment of some server. Okay. Or deployment of some version. Okay. And suddenly it is not working. So what should I do? Immediately I have to do it. So that becomes important and urgent now. So handling a work emergency. Addressing a sudden health issue. Okay. This is also one of the examples of your life activities. Let us go to the second one. Quadrant 2. Not urgent, but important. So what should I do? Plan and schedule. Tasks that are important for long-term success, but don't require immediate action. Okay. Like, for example, I want to buy a house. I want to buy a house. It is not urgent because I'm already living. Okay. Can you please mute someone? I request if the admin can please mute that. So, tasks that are important for long-term success but don't require immediate action, these should be scheduled for later. Okay. I want to buy a house. This is important for me. But right now it is not urgent because already I am living in some house, or I am living in a rented house or something. There are many other tasks that I have. Okay. So I have to prioritize accordingly. Now, studying regularly for a competitive exam, example, NEET PG. Strategic planning for a project. Okay. Personal development activities like reading or learning a new skill. Let us say, for example, from the cybersecurity perspective, I want to clear CISSP certification, which requires some amount of time from my schedule. So kind of some 3 months or 6 months of time I need to spend. So in that, if I want to upskill myself or reskill myself, then that is also a plan that I have to make, schedule it properly, that in the next 6 months, and I should stick to that particular time schedule. And it is important for me in my life because I want to stay relevant in the industry. So it is important for me, but right now it is not urgent because already I'm working on a particular project, and that project will run for next 1 year or 1.5 years. But before that, I want to upskill myself, so I have to plan. This is the example of quadrant 2. Quadrant 3, urgent but not important. So delegate it. Tasks that need to be done quickly but don't contribute much to your goals. Delegate these if possible. So for example, interruptions like phone calls or emails that don't need your direct involvement. Okay, there are certain meetings that are scheduled wherein now you have got some important task at that same point of time. But at the same time, that meeting, if it is attended by my junior, will serve the purpose. So I'll assign that, or I'll delegate that particular responsibility to my junior, and then I'll inform the meeting members. I'll say that I'll join or get the update from so and so people. I have got another task. So which task is important and urgent that I have to decide and take up that one. Attending meetings where your presence is not essential. Handling routine administrative tasks. This can be delegated to other people. Okay. Quadrant 4, not urgent and not important. So delete, eliminate. This is very important. Lot of things we have kept on our head actually. Okay, there are many things. Tasks that are neither urgent nor important. These are distractions and should be minimized or eliminated. Okay, so examples are mindlessly scrolling through social media, watching random videos, engaging in a gossip or idle chatting. Okay, so if you look at when you come back home also, okay, there will be some chatting. You have to spend some time with the family, but that does not mean that it should be only some gossip, irrelevant gossip, which is which is actually wasting your time. So you need to be very specific. That is why I gave you an example of Islamic scholar who, what he used to do, he used to write what he has spoken to the people. And then at the end of the day, while introspecting, he used to see what should have been spoken, what should. Okay. So that is how we need to practice on this particular quadrant. Very important. This will help in our personal life, professional life, family life, and all other life aspects. Now, prioritization from the Islamic perspective. Does Islam teaches you prioritization? Yes. If you look at from the Salat perspective, Namaz perspective, Islam teaches us to prioritize obligations. Farz. So farz is to be prioritized over voluntary acts like nafil. Okay, first of all, complete the farz. Okay, I don't offer 5 times salah, but I want to do lot of sadaqah and lot of nafil acts. Okay, good for you, but cannot be compensated with that one. Okay, so you have to act, you have to prioritize first. Okay, Prophet Muhammad said, the most beloved deed to Allah is the prayer performed on time. Okay, so this shows the prioritization. So what we have to do is we need to practice that our 5 times prayer, all our activities should be aligned as per the timings of this. If I do that, inshallah, my life will have a lot of time, barakah in time, as well as a lot of abundance in my life. So apply this principle by prioritizing important and beneficial tasks. Now, in order to prepare a schedule and prioritizing the things, now let us have blocks of time. So for key activities, professional life, or if a student is there, study, then 8 to 10 hours. If you are in Bangalore, and if you happen to go to office all 5 days a week, then 8 to 10 hours, I'm counting it as, including your traffic and all. If you are saying that, no, my office is 2 hours drive from here, then change your home. Shift to the nearby place to your office. That is better. Okay. So professional life or professional life work or study for students, 8 to 10 hours. Personal life, then family and leisure, 8 hours. Okay. So, and then 6 to 7 hours of rest, sleep. Okay. And then personal development, 1 hour. Now we have to use the planners. I have seen many of the very top-notch people. Okay. They are fully dependent on the calendars only or the planners. Okay. Calendar is in the sense Google Calendar or something. In fact, we have invited one top official, from a global company, who is the head of India operations, for our meeting recently. So he said, okay, I'll do. Can you please send me a message? I'll add to the calendar. I have sent a message. Unfortunately, he forgot to add that to the calendar. When I called him on the day of that particular meeting, he said that, was I supposed to come? I said, yes. You asked me, I sent you a message, and you were supposed to add it to the calendar. Oh, he said, extremely, extremely sorry. I'm really sorry because I forgot to add to the calendar. But now, at the same time, I have another meeting. So I'm extremely sorry. I'll meet you some other time. Now I'll make sure that I'll add that particular slot in my calendar. Okay. Let us use that. Let us use that. Right. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already set a calendar for us 5 times a day. Set a calendar. So between those times, let us try to prioritize the things and then set a calendar of our life. Jim Rohn says, either you run the day or the day runs you. Okay. So that is where what you have to do is start your day early. Okay. So that you cover most of the works. Okay. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, the early mornings has blessings. So it will have a barakah in your life. If you start from tahajjud, you offer tahajjud, recite Quran, do zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, go for Fajr, and after Fajr, just listen to the hadith, come back home, start doing your work. You see the barakah in your life. You will see the barakah in your life, inshallah. Okay, 8 hours of personal life. I was talking about this one, right? Personal life here. If you look at this one. So personal life or family, leisure life, 8 hours. So let us try to define how to, because professional life, I don't want to get into. Okay, that is your 8 to 10 hours or whatever it may be. Okay. Now, Salah 2.5 hours, sorry, including first Sunnah Nafal. Okay, recitation of Quran, 30 minutes to 1 hour. And then zikr of Allah, 30 minutes. Deen at my home, how it should come. So I should sit with my family members and talk about deen, read a hadith, read the tafsir of Quran. And dawah to others, because it's my responsibility, 1 hour. Family time. This family time is exclusive and it is different from deen at my home. There also I have to sit with my family. But this family time, 1 hour, I'm going to spend time with my wife, with my children on a daily basis. On a daily basis. It should not happen that I come back from office, I'm too tired. I don't want to speak to my children. If they are shouting, if they are making noise, I'm getting irritated, annoyed. No, this is not the life. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to be very happy in the company of children. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when he used to go home, he used to speak very, very politely with the wives. Okay, so this is what we have learned from Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, how the family time should be spent. Hazrat Aisha radiyallahu anha narrates that Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when he used to come home, he used to divide his time in 3 activities. Okay, number 1, his own personal affairs. Okay, and number 2, for ibadah. Number 3, exclusive family time. What do you mean by that? Ibadah, exclusive time for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then family, with wife, with the family members, he used to spend exclusive time. So whatever time he used to spend at home, it used to be divided into these 3 categories. Personal in the sense, I might be having some work. Okay. For example, I missed my file. I have to, what is that? Renew my passport. I have to renew my driving license. These are all personal things, right? So I would like to see that file first. Where is my passport and all that? So Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to spend his time at home in these three activities. And if we do that, it becomes ibadat for us. It becomes deen for us. It fetches rewards and it brings barakah in your life. And these rewards are going to help in the life hereafter. So we need to understand all these things. And household works, 1 hour. Okay. Help the family member, help wife in your household works. Okay. Workout and play, 30 minutes to 1 hour. Okay. If you look at 2.5 hours, 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 8 hours. Okay. So here and there, if you do, inshallah, the life will be good. These are 8 hours plus 6 hours of sleep. When you do the zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you recite Quran Sharif, when you offer salah regularly, inshallah, your sleep will be best. You will get a sound sleep. You will not have sleepless nights. Okay. That is what we are, entire world is searching for. Okay. So, and then when I'm happy with the family, and here, if you look at from the quadrant, not important, not urgent, you have to delete, eliminate. When I'm with family, what kind of discussions I'm going to, I'm having with them. Okay. It should not be about some things, bitter, bitter instances that have happened in my life. I'm recalling that when, and then unnecessarily arguments are going on. No, eliminate all those things. Make your life the best. Enjoy your life. Okay. That is how we have to design. Now, under time management technique, this Pomodoro technique. So what do you have to do? Start 25 minutes. And then take a short break after 25 minutes. Do that activity. If you are studying, do that activity. If you are preparing a report, so continuously, focusedly, you work on 25 minutes for 25 minutes, take a 5 minutes break. Okay. And then again, do 25 minutes, take short break of 5 minutes. Okay. And once 4 times you spend this 25 minutes, then take a long break of 15 to 30 minutes. Okay. This will really help people. Okay. This will really help people. I still remember there was one classmate of ours when we were doing engineering long back. So he used to, after 25 minutes or 30 minutes, I don't know whether he was aware of this Pomodoro technique or that came naturally to him. I really don't know. But he used to take the book, study during the exam preparatory holidays for 20-25 minutes. And then for 5 minutes, he used to sleep. And we used to mock him, saying that you have got to sleep like a hen or a cock, because hens just, it was kind of a nap kind of thing. Okay, power nap. So those 5 minutes he used to spend in that. So this is very important. This will give some relaxation to our mind as well. Okay. So these are the techniques that we have to think of. Now, tips for students: allocate specific hours for study and revision. Use active recall and spaced repetition. Okay. And then take regular breaks to avoid burnout. So you can follow the Pomodoro technique. Okay. And then now tips for professionals: start your day with the most important task that we have to decide first. What are the important tasks? On a daily basis, I need to write it on a chart, what I'm going to do today. Okay. And which is more important for me. Use the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. So you'll save time and you'll get the confidence, because list of tasks are there. Like for example, a mail is to be sent immediately, a reply mail is to be sent, an acknowledgement is to be sent. Hardly it takes 1 minute. Immediately I'll do that. Otherwise, I see myself in my daily office hours. I see that if I don't check email because of the meeting, if I don't check email for 2 hours or 3 hours, I'll see in my inbox some 50-60 emails, out of which some 20-30 I have to reply at any cost. Okay. So sometimes if I feel that, oh, what to do? Yeah, this is too many mails I have to reply. And if I take a break, then the mail numbers will only grow. Okay. And I'll start procrastinating there. So this is very important. Use the 2-minute rule. Start doing the task which takes less time. Set boundaries for work-life balance. Okay. What do you mean by work? Like, yeah, I'm on the student slide. I'm on the student slide. So any issue? Okay, I'll proceed further. On the same slide, this professionals also is written. So set boundaries for work-life balance. Okay, block specific hours for deep work, for meetings and break. Okay, control the time. The time should not control you. You have to control the time. What you can do, work-life balance. Do not dedicate yourself too much. Also, yeah, you have to do the duty because you are answerable to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Okay, on the day of resurrection, because you are being paid for that. Okay, but at the same time, it does not mean that the cost of other things, I should not do it. Okay, that is where I need to be very specific. Okay, next, inshallah, I'll share the presentation. Okay, now tips for business people: delegate non-essential tasks, focus on high impact activities, review goals weekly. Okay, schedule time for strategic thinking and business development. And same applies to our teams also. We have to sit with the team. And some non-essential tasks or the administrative activities, you pass it on to somebody. You pass it on to somebody, delegate it to somebody, let them do that. Okay. And let us have a bigger vision, think of high impact activities, and then let us review goals weekly. I'll just tell you, recently what happened was in my office, there are consultants who have joined. And those consultants have some 35 to 40 years of experience in multinational companies. So they came to me and they asked me, because they were reviewing the group heads, reviewing in the sense, basically kind of trying to understand how this particular group head runs his entire team. So I simply started speaking about the way that I handle, and I handle in a way which I have learned in the path of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. So the Dawat way of working. So I told him that I meet my team weekly on a weekly basis, and then monthly. So I have made sub teams also. So these sub teams, they carry out their own tasks, and then weekly I talk to these team leads and then take the review as well as the progress update from them. And every month or fortnightly, I meet the entire team itself. It will be a team meeting, a big team meeting with all the sub teams, so that some sort of motivation, some sort of discussions, and then they also will come to know what other team is doing. So this is the way I'm working. He was really happy. He was saying that this is the right way of doing. But he said that you add one more thing. What you do is on a daily basis, you come, and it's called as stand-up meetings. So you just come in the morning, say hi, hello, good morning to everyone, and then go to the team leads and say that I hope that you are carrying out these tasks. Okay, it will be kind of a reminder for him also, and at the same time, that particular team lead will remember that, will always remember that, oh, my boss remembers what tasks I am carrying out, and he's keeping track of it. So he will be on doing it on time. So when the sub teams does the tasks on time, it will not be a difficult thing for you to manage them and manage the deliverables. Okay, timely deliverables. It's a very important point that was raised. And one more thing, he said that you need to have a strategic meeting every quarter. Okay, annual meeting should be there. We should set the tasks as well as the goals for that particular year. Okay, from the business point of view, from the revenue generation point of view, and the task point of view, everything. You need to have a very big strategy meeting somewhere outside the office. In some, you go to some other place which is secluded, along with your entire team. Just spend some time, good time with them. At the same time, have a strategy meeting. Okay, and then quarterly there should be a follow-up meeting as well. So this is very important. Strategic thinking, as well as review of goals. This will have high impact on your activities, on your productivity, as well as in your organization's business as well. Okay, tips for teachers. Now, plan lessons in advance. In fact, the teachers should take out time to revise. Even though you are expert in that particular subject, you have to take out time, and you have to spend time in repeating. Talk in front of mirror. Okay, try to improve your vocabulary, try to improve your pronunciation, try to improve your communication in front of a mirror. What will happen is, when you go to the class, you will be more confident, and because of that practice, it will create a confidence in you. That confidence will allow you to interact more freely with the students. Otherwise, if you are not confident in the subject, there are some brilliant students who are going to ask some questions to you, you will get irritated and you will feel annoyed. Okay. And the entire class atmosphere will go for a toss. So this is very important. Use technology for efficient grading. Allocate time for professional development. Okay. So you have to upskill as well, even if you are a teacher. So use batching for similar tasks, like grading all assignments in one sitting and all. Okay. So accordingly, you have to do that. Now, while we are business people or teachers or students or professionals, we are parents as well. So we have to create routines for children. Which child should do what at what point of time, because you are the boss at home. Okay. Even though on a lighter note, if someone else is boss at your home, but still you need to plan and then discuss with them. Okay. Prioritize quality over quantity in family time. Okay. Take care of your own well-being. So spend 15 minutes daily in meaningful conversation with each child, which is very important. Okay. And when you share your experiences, just listen to them. Just listen to your children. When they say, I mean, obviously they'll also be affected by the environment in the school and with friends in the area. So when they speak to you about the challenges or issues, listen attentively to them. Okay. While they are talking and you are on the mobile, this will create a lack of confidence in your children about you. Okay. They feel internally that you don't care about them. So it's very, very, very important. And then unnecessarily you are wasting your time. Okay. Your child is behind you and you are wasting your time on the mobile, and then you're not giving time to them. So how well they will be groomed. Okay. How well they will be brought up. So this is very important that we need to think. Sit with them, talk to them. That is why if you look at my 8 hours of personal life, which I have mentioned, in that I have specifically mentioned 1 hour for the family time. Okay. Now, overcoming procrastination. What is procrastination? Procrastination is nothing but I will do. I am 200% sure that I will do, but I'll do it later. This is what is procrastination. I'll do it, but I'll do it later. Okay. Only God knows when you are going to do that. Okay. Because you are also not having any plan. You don't have any schedule. You don't have any time plan for that. So what you do? Strategies. Break your tasks into smaller chunks. Okay. Use the 5-second rule. Count on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and start the activity. That's it. Okay. Reward yourself after completing the tasks. Okay. So this is how you have to, overcome the procrastination. Does Islam say something about that? Yes. But before that, let us see Martin Luther King Jr. He says that you don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Okay. I want to just on a lighter note, I'm now remembering one. It's not a story, kind of a moral story, which I used to hear from our elders. Sheikh Chilli was there. So this Sheikh Chilli was a kind of a lazy character who never used to do any work at home. So his mother used to scold a lot, and then finally he thought that, no, I'll do something. I'll do something in my life. I'll become a very big person. So he asked mother, do you give me some money, mom? I'll invest in some business and I'll do some business and I'll show you that how much capable I am and how much big a person I'll become. So mother gave some money to him. He went to the market and then took a basket of eggs. In those days, the eggs used to come in a basket. So a big basket he has purchased. And then he also went and sat on the same street where all the vendors were there. So he became a vendor of egg. And then while the basket was just in front of him, he started thinking, daydreaming. What is a daydreaming? He started thinking that, okay, what I will do is I'll sell it by evening. And then once these eggs are sold, tomorrow I'll buy 2 baskets because of the profit. And then I'll multiply it, keep multiplying it. Once it becomes a very good business, a profitable business, then what I will do is I'll invest the profit from this business into a poultry farm. Okay. And then from one poultry farm, I'll make it to, I'm just cutting short and trying to say in abstract way. I'll start investing in the poultry farm. I'll start 1 poultry farm, then make it 2, then 4, then multiply it. And then finally, after that, I'll invest that profit into the sheep business. Okay. So the sheep and goat business. And then he says that he thinks that I'll multiply it again. and after that multiplication, I'll become a millionaire or multimillionaire or a billionaire. So obviously, when I become that, so my name will start going into the higher circles, in the filthy rich people circle, and my name will also go to the to the king as well. So king will start inviting me in his parties and all. And when I become closer to the king, then I'll ask the king for marrying his daughter. King will agree to me because I'll be the richest person at the time. And once the king marries his daughter with me, I'll take her home. I'll start living life with her. And then I'll ask her to do some household work. And if she denies, I'll kick her. He kicked the basket of eggs itself. And all his daydreams were shattered there. Okay. So that is not the way. You don't need to look that much. You create a vision, but start with the small steps, baby steps. Okay. That is how you have to overcome procrastination. Now, what Islam says, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has taught us a dua for laziness. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-hammi wal-hazan wal-ajzi wal-kasal wal-jubni wal-bukhl wa dala'a ad-dayn wa ghalabat ar-rijal. Oh Allah, I seek refuge with you from worry and grief, from incapacity and laziness, from cowardice and miserliness, from being heavily in debt, and from being overpowered by other men. Islam also does not like people who are actually lazy. Islam does not like lazy people. In fact, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to be happy to see those who are very strong and who are very healthy. Okay, so we have to overcome the procrastination. It is very important. We have to learn it. Hazrat, now I'm remembering one more example. Hazrat Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi Rahimullah, he used to say that, and he was one of the biggest scholars. I have heard from a couple of scholars that he has written 1,300 books. And few of the scholars says that, no, not 1,300, it is 800, whatever it may be. 800 books, writing 800 books on varied subject of deen, based on hadith, fiqh, and tafsir, and all other Islamic jurisprudence and all. It is not an easy task. It requires time. So in his lifetime, he was not only a biggest author, he was a big sheikh also. Lakhs of people were his disciple, and he used to teach in the madrasa. And those disciples, they used to write letters to him, discussing the challenges or the issues of life with him and how to overcome that. And he used to receive, he says that, I used to receive minimum 100 letters. In those days, they used to be letters, right? Post office letters. So 100 letters I used to receive. So in a day, I start the day early in the morning and I do all the activities. And by the end of the day, when I feel that I have completed all the activities, I see that there are 100 letters which are to be answered, which are to be replied to on my desk. Sometimes I feel that, okay, I'll do this particular task tomorrow. But immediately I remind myself that tomorrow 100 more letters will come. And this today's 100 and tomorrow's 100 will make it 200. Then if 200 when I see, then I will not have strength or the self-motivation to reply to all these. So let me complete that task. And he used to complete the task and then go to sleep. So this is what our elders have done in their life. That the three things that I told you in the beginning, okay, I think I deviated from that particular topic, that Hazrat Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi Rahimahullah used to say that I have seen the three common things in all the famous achievers, Islamic scholars in their life. One is the following the sunnah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and each and every small aspect of life. The second one is whatever you have to do, do it now. Do it now. And don't push anything for tomorrow. So the second and third is almost kind of same. Okay. So before end of the day or before going to bed, you have to complete today's task itself. So these are the three things that they have figured out among the elders. Okay. So these are the source of inspiration for all of us. Now, self-care and productivity, you need to have proper sleep, proper nutrition. Don't go and have junk food. Okay. Stop Swiggy, Zomato and all. So start having the nutritious food. And our Dr. Saab is there, one of our mentors. He always says that after Maghrib, means after sunset, immediately after sunset, try to have your dinner. And before going to bed, take one seasonal fruit, whichever seasonal fruit is there. That will really help you maintain your health. So proper sleep, nutrition, and exercises, whatever exercises are essential. So this will really help us in managing the time effectively. Okay. And as we have discussed that Pomodoro techniques, so take short breaks to refresh your mind. Okay. This is very important. Take short breaks to refresh your mind. And then rest when you are well. Refresh and renew yourself. Okay. This is very important. Okay. So self-care and productivity. So that is very important. Now, what Islam emphasizes about the balance. So balance of life, balance of your health, as well as your time. So Rasulullah says, which is recorded in Bukhari Sharif. So he says that your body has a right over you. So it's very important. Self-care is very important. If you are not healthy, then where is the question of time management? You will be on bed only, right? And or you will be just going between your home and hospital. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us from that. Okay. So that is very important. Taking care of your physical and mental well-being is part of worship. It is part of worship. This is what is written in a book. That is why I have copied here. Okay. Try to understand. Let us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make us understand all of these things. Review and adjust your time management strategies regularly. Keep a journal to track progress. Okay. Robert Collier says, success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Success is the sum of small efforts. Now, if you try to relate that to what Ashraf Ali Thanvi Rahimahullah says, that the small things that they used to copy Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, all the famous achievers, Islamic scholars, success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Okay. Islam encourages lifelong learning and improvement. The hadith says that seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. So we are learners, we are students. Okay. No one is perfect and no one can claim that they have become perfect, because the perfection is to be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If Allah says that He is perfect, then they are perfect. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about the Sahaba radiyallahu anhu ajma'in, He said that I am pleased with them and they are pleased with me. So that was a certificate to all those people, because that short lifetime that they have got, they have made the best out of that and became successful in this life and the life hereafter, became the role models till the day of judgment. Okay, for each and every human being. So reflect on your day, hold yourself accountable before you are held accountable. Umar bin Khattab radiyallahu anhu used to say, hold yourself accountable before you are held accountable. Before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala catches hold of us, let us make ourselves accountable. Be fearful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At the same time, we should also have some sort of hope, because Iman is in between hope and fear. I should have hope with the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At the same time, I should have a fear also that what I have done was not done properly. So this kind of thing I should be very much alert about. So I'm coming to the last slide, the conclusion. So time management is essential for success in all areas of life. Apply the principles and whatever we have discussed, you have learned. Stay consistent and seek Allah's help. Now, closing with Paul J. Mayer quote, productivity is never an accident. It is always the result of a commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort. And I would like to conclude it with the hadith of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which in fact it is a nasiha that Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has given to Hazrat Abu Zar radiyallahu anhu, Abu Zar Ghifari radiyallahu. He said, "O Abu Zar, husn tadbir se badhkar koi aql nahi. There is no better wisdom than proper planning." So this is what we have to do. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. and bless us in our time, increase us in our knowledge, make us among those who succeed in this world and the hereafter. Jazakallah. So I'll conclude my session here, and I'll ask Dr. Saif Saab to take over from here. If there are any questions, we'll take it. And if there is any way of sharing this presentation, inshallah, I'm ready to do so. Okay, I'll try if I can share it here itself. Let me do that. Can I share the presentation here itself, Dr. Saab?
I'm not sure. Audience can look at the recording. I will share the recording link. Sometimes later they can.
There, okay.
But I request the speaker to share the presentation, or at least here in the chat itself, so that we can.
Okay, okay. I'm sharing the file here itself. Just wait. I'm sharing the PDF. In fact, I have now shared. Just check it. It is uploading.
Yeah, we need more such type of sessions, because it looks time was very less. You tried to cover a lot of things, but we need one more session of this kind.
Inshallah. See, I have already uploaded. Just check the file and please download before Dr. Saab ends the session.
1 second, we are trying to do that. Okay, we have shared. It's a very good session, Dr. Saab. Only thing, the unfortunate thing is we have very less audience. I think for these sessions, more audience should be there. Such an important message you conveyed. May Allah reward.
If this session is offline, it will be more useful, because in online we'll not get so much connectivity. At least once in a month, if you have offline session like this, it will be more helpful for us.
This is a very important suggestion, Dr. Saab. We need to seriously look into this particular thing.
So, Dr. Saab, all of you.
Is the recording stopped?